St. Martin, our people, we have to work together, you know. So moving forward,
you just need to get back to basics, and from there you could see everything.
Do not settle for less in life. And entrepreneurship is the best way to go. Working for yourself, 2 thumbs up. A blessed and wonderful good afternoon to all our amazing St. Martin family and our SOS family all around the world. Welcome to your program, Strictly Business. I'm your host, Mr. Brian Barry, alongside our co-host, Mr. Julian Rollins Jr. Call up a friend, call up a family member, and tell them it's another beautiful, beautiful day right here on the friendly island of St. Martin. And of course, the #1 station to tune into every Sunday from 12 to 12:30 p.m. Of course, it's SOS Radio 95.9 FM for Strictly Business. Of course, before we get started, we always like to thank and shout out to all of our sponsors that make this program possible. So if you're in the area or during the week you want to do some great grocery shopping, the #1 supermarket to go and visit, located right there on the Illage Road, is the Aki Supermarket. Go to the Aki Supermarket for all your grocery shopping needs today. And if you're in the area of Arch Road, we got Supreme Supermarket located right there on Arch Road, Hispaniola Road #1. If you're in that area as well, you can get all your groceries done right there at the Supreme Supermarket. And if you want that fresh haircut for the ladies, for the guys, also for the children, it's a barbershop, it's a salon. We got the Los Mejores Barbershop located conveniently right there on the Illage Road for that fresh look. And if you're thinking movies, you got to think the #1 spot located right there in French Quarter is the Video Block. Think movies, think Video Block, where you can get 30 movies loaded to your USB or your hard drive for only $30. They have a very nice selection of PS4 games as well for all the gamers out there. Video Block is open from Monday to Saturday from 5:30 p.m. until 10 p.m. So if you're thinking movies, think the Video Block. Also would like to thank Bold Chance Electronics Store located right there on Front Street for all your laptop, your computers, your smartphones, all the electronics. You got to go and visit Bold Chance today. Also like to thank GEBE, our water and electricity company. GEBE, thank you so much for your continued support. And for all your apartments or commercial spaces, #1 place to call is J&J Properties. Give them a call at 588-1216. That is J&J Properties, 588-1216. And for some delicious tasting food, of course, we got some spots for you, some delicious spots. We got Jerky's Tiki Hut located right there on the Illage Road for some great tasting barbecue chicken and ribs. Very nice selection of other types of foods as well as Jerky's. We also got Jerky's Tiki Hut located by the Plaza Casino as well for some delicious food. And not forgetting Fat Boy Jimmy right there on the Pondville for some great tasting food as well. And if you're over the hill, we got Caribbean Jerky's located right across the Megaplex Cinemas for that late night tasting food. Also like to thank Stasha's Restaurant located right next to Aki Supermarket for some great tasting food. Stasha's, give them a call at 550-9108 or 524-9834. That is Stasha's Restaurant, 550-9108 or 524-9834. Also like to thank Clean Car Rental. If you're looking for a car for the week or you're coming from abroad and you need a car, you can call Clean Car Rental for a nice car. Very affordable rates. Give them a call at 588-1216. That is Clean Car Rental, 588-1216. That's it for our sponsors. Thank you so much. Special shout out to the senior Rolex who's in Curacao doing his thing. He always tune in. Shout out to you, my brother. Hope all is blessed and wonderful with you and family over there. Also, of course, we always like to thank all of our sponsors. Personally, you know, the sponsors, they make this program possible. You know, we always could use some new sponsors as well. If you want to get a shout out, you could also contact me, contact Junie. You know, you want to be on a spot, and we're going to shout you out every week like we do. Also, thank you to all of our loyal listeners that we have. You know, when you see us on the road or wherever you see us, you say the positive feedback. You know, you're listening to the program, you always tune in, and you enjoy the topics that we discuss, because we always like to mix it up like we do. You know, give you our view on what's happening in the country. You know, I'm here waiting on Junie. He's probably on his way, running a little late in the traffic. But of course, the program must go on. And there's so many different things that is happening here in St. Martin, as you can see. But you know, my major concerns is always when I drive around, You know, how clean is our country? And it's sad to say that it's not like they're not trying to clean it, because on certain areas when you pass, you see they're cleaning the roads, they're cleaning the grass cutters and whatnot, and yet still, hours after, you see someone would go and still litter, throw a bottle, throw whatever in the area that they just cleaned. It's like we don't have any pride at all. Special guest just walking in the house. This is a surprise. You know, the boys are in. The boys are in. The boys are in. Brother Joni, good afternoon.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Bless.
Everything cool?
How you keeping?
Sorry about that, man. You know, a little traffic
Yes,
there. You
yes,
know,
that's understandable.
I come in with my old man today.
Yes,
you
that's
know?
a surprise. The
You know,
seniors in the
I come in
house.
with my old man, you know, it is
A
so.
powerful voice.
Yeah.
He's gracing us with his presence. I
Yeah.
shouted him out, thought he was still in Curacao, but he's right here. It's always good to see you, senior. Blessings.
I told my
Good afternoon.
family, blessings to the whole of St. Martin. And may God continue to bless our progress. I told my family, my neighbor Shin was born here.
Right.
I buried here
Right.
at St. Rose Hospital. And I want my bones put in the Catholic burial. I want my bones put right here.
Right there.
Right here. Just don't carry it all over the world. Just put it right here.
Right.
See, that well, with that, what I'm saying is, the love that I have for this country. Just so me and Billy can have a little chat. I was following everything for the last couple of weeks, very close. A lot of negativity, man. Oh God, you know, from the calypsos to everything.
Right.
But too much negativity, man. Oh God, that thing.
Our society's like striving on that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm gonna
Feeling
commend the captain.
Mhm.
I'm gonna commend Billy. Billy, I commend you very much how you've handled the whole thing. When people come at you as a leader with comments that are just dragging you down,
Mhm.
don't dignify those comments. When you answer, you dignify them.
Mhm.
When you don't answer, you belittle them.
That's true.
Okay? So what we have to do is continue to be positive.
Absolutely.
Okay? I want to congratulate you two young men, you, Mr. Barry, Mr. Relax Jr. I'm really proud when I lay down in my old bed in Curacao and I listen to you boys up here firing.
Yeah, you know, Brian, we gotta give a shout out to the listener. You know, I'm getting it really day by day. More people telling me, even when I read somewhere and I talk, Brian.
You hear the voice.
Yeah, they
Yes.
say, boy, I just hear your voice Sundays, you know,
Mhm.
and you partner,
Mhm.
Larry. I say, yeah. You know, Brian. And I was talking to my father. I'm gonna tell you also, you know, because me and you also talk about different things. You know, I was approached by several parties this election coming, you know, but I choose not to run this election. You know, I talked with my father, I talked to my family,
Mhm.
and we concluded the best decision is not to run. You know, we're not gonna jump on a list just to jump on a list.
Correct.
You know, we're gonna sit down.
Why?
You know, because of you know, what we decided is that my family is young.
Mhm.
That's one,
Mhm.
young kids. My business is young, you know, and for a couple of years I'm still gonna concentrate and deal with my business.
Exactly. Build
Yeah,
yourself.
Build myself.
Yes.
You know, you cannot be. I believe then.
Mhm.
How can you go out there helping your people and you have not even helped your own self?
Correct. Make a lot of sense.
You know, that's what I believe in.
Mhm.
You know, everybody have their stand.
Mhm.
But what I would like to ask my father also, coming back to what I just said, and also on St. Martin Day, and that how you're seeing now the developments, because you came from a long way. You know, you seen the pictures. My father sent me some nice pictures of SPA days, DP days.
Mhm.
So he saw from that era
Mhm.
coming straight up.
I want to start this comment before I forget it. An ex-student of mine, forgot her first name, but it's only befitting by I call him Miss Muscle. She is now chief over at the Ombudsman. I saw a piece that he produced, and I showed it to another person in Curacao, and the lady started to cry. We cannot have old people living like this. Not. I drove with a good friend of mine around, Mr. Brown. We drove around last night, went along those lines. Man, and if you see the luxury, if you see the development, oh man, it make you cry.
Wow.
With joy. Because you're seeing this little island not doing what it did before. It's jumping way ahead. When I came in, because as you know, I used to be in tourism, I asked the boys at the airport, how do we look this season? So relax. He said, relax. We are booked to capacity. We're going to have wingtip to wingtip here in this airport. It puts me back in 1972 when I worked there with Elton Jones, Marcel Gomes, Raoul Van Hannigan, Carl Richardson, and those brothers. Elton Jones, as I said. We started with a gentleman with the name of Van Spanje. He was a Dutchman who's running it. And Van Spanje said, at the time Mr. Christian, he helped us a lot. God bless his soul. God bless Mr. Van Spanje's soul. But I must make this remark because I like to be fair. We wanted to have some of those local boys, black boys, as controllers. And he wrote this to the government. Nu nog in de toekomst. Now, nor in the future. I could see that. I'm not going to hold it against him because God is his judge and mine. It talks. What it is one, vision, and two, the way we see each other. We are all people, and when we pray to our Father, it means our Father means that me and you are brothers and sisters.
Correct.
Not me black and you white, and you think you more than me because I'm black. Okay? There was a time, Jan Brown and those boys, there was a time when the airport down there in Juliana, and I used to be in the control with Mr. Leander next to me, I was a tower controller. We used to have to send planes to hold in a holding pattern over in Anguilla. That amount of traffic. And we're going back to those days.
Awesome.
Because when they talk to the boys at the airport, they say, man, relax, you can see something just now. Because it's already started kicking.
But let's hope this time they manage the money though. Let's
Well,
we've seen the traffic, but at the end of the day, the money needs to be there too.
there's a significant question my son always asks. And somebody got to answer it sooner or later. With all that success, where did the money go?
Correct.
Okay? But we won't dwell on that right now. We'll dwell on the fact that we are seeing the hotels coming on stream. We have unemployment, but that's going to be addressed because a lot of people are getting work. I spoke to a local girl, and for the first time, the Atlantis Casino, the group of casinos, got a local black girl as top manager.
Oh, really? Nice. Awesome. Congrats.
We also see, I think it was last week, a local girl also is a branch manager from Republic. Yeah, the new bank.
The new bank that came in from the bottom.
Those are really great, man. It's a really good feeling, man.
So these are nice feelings. So what we need to tell the public is, don't despair. And when we look at last Tuesday night, I thought that the radio station here was on fire. The young politicians were in here, and they were firing like a set of young animals. Because the young bucks are basically saying, old bucks, oh, you got to get out of the way.
It's over.
It's all over now. What you have to do, you did already. Move, or you will be pushed out of the way. You see what I'm saying? You know, so that's a good development. All them old, dirty, corrupt politicians, they can get pushed out of the way.
It's like what they were promising to do. If they haven't done it by now, too late.
You can't do it again.
God is still making promises.
Naturally.
30 years, 40
You
years.
got that 30 years, 40 years in there,
Really?
and you didn't deliver it. You can't deliver it again.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
You see? So
After 30, 40 years, you can't. That's why I was explaining to my father, you know. Brian, if you see, I see, and this is my opinion, we have young MPs that bringing stuff forward that will stand there for 30, 40 years, brother. If Brian, you come in now and you bring that forward and you get a support from the whole parliament, that means what was the other politicians doing all those years that passed? That's my opinion.
Well, I'm going to use that. I don't know if you saw the piece from the ombudsman.
Yeah.
The video?
Yeah.
It's a touching piece.
Yes, it is.
But what it shows you is the approach of the new generation.
Right.
You know,
The ombudsman before was.
ombudsman didn't.
I can tell you, ombudsman was a waste of time.
You know, people tell my son that to give him money, they had to get a building permit. Somebody told him you gotta go with the ombudsman. He said, go to the ombudsman, go do what?
What, Brian?
Yeah.
Because the institution represented nothing. You see, a lot of bureaucracy, and that's not to talk bad about people, that's to talk about the institution. But today, I'm seeing Sister Muscle, young woman with a good team, they're young, and
A different whole approach. A different
totally different approach. They go in the field, they talk to people, you see people cry for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ, 2 years we're down to after the hurricane, and he still got people on the tarpaulins. And those politicians tell me, they'll tell you tomorrow they're going to come in, they're going to tell you, I want to get in office. What you want to get in office to do? Huh? To put on more tarpaulins?
Yeah.
Get on the side, man. Go someplace. Go bury yourself someplace, man. Leave the young people do the thing. Let me tell you something. I'm going to use a little time. 1995 hurricane, just before that, I brought bricks down on the Ushangan. Okay? At that time, Denise Bryson, the lawyer, we did our research and realized we can take that place and we can make it a park. Lawyers called me from Texas, representing Ushangan, and tell me I can't touch them. I said, boy, you don't know who you're talking to. When I done with Ushangan, that piece of property is going to go back to the people of St. Martin. Okay? Anyhow, leadership of the party didn't find it was the right thing to do. They compromised with Ushangan, which I was totally against. Up to today, nothing was done. Because those people are all about self, my brother. They're billionaires, they're 80, 90 years old, and they just can't get enough money. Now, let's wrap up by saying, Denisio, you're doing, what's his name? Rolando Bryson, you're doing a wonderful job. Stick at it. Because one thing I teach my son, when you got God in your hand, don't let fear be in the other hand. When God is for you, who can be against you? You cannot be a politician and afraid, my brother. You can't represent people and scared. You can't represent your family. Like my son has his wife. He got 2 sons. I told him years ago, when I was living with my wife, while we were living here, they were young. I get up in the night, some guy walking on my roof. I pick up my gun, I crank it, and I tell him, if you don't get off the roof, they're going to pick you up dead in the morning. What I'm trying to say with that, what do? Tell my wife, Lord, go and see what you're going to do about this fellow on the roof. You got to take it
Friend
on.
of family. And when you're talking about that, Daddy, I remember your good friend Elton Jones. He was on the radio with Fernando Clarkself right here at the station. It was very, very interesting, you know. He said something that, Brian, the Dutch came to St. Martin once already after Hurricane Lewis. I
That's
don't know
right.
if you remember.
Yes, right.
And by 97, 99, you guys chased them out of the country. Chased the Dutch. Chased them wide, Brian, and they was gone. Because their standpoint was, and which Mr. Jones said it, no, that's what we have to tell our people, no Dutchman is not going to come help us here. When they come here, they come in to help themselves.
Yeah, exploit.
But I was one of them that called for higher supervision. Because I thought Claudium was taking advantage and this and that. And we said, man, let the Dutch come. Oh Lord, what a mistake. When I found out, Dennis Richardson, my good friend, he was governor then, had 8 Dutchmen in his cabinet. I tell him, boy, you ashamed? He turned around, he hired Ligia, Stella. Then me and Bryson, the old president of the party, did some research and found out they were paying a guy named Whips. Mind you, they come to help him. They were paying Whips 35,000 guilders a month.
Wow.
We said, no man, no. Every contract came on my table like just, no, I ain't extending. You know.
Run out all the Dutchmen from the country.
Every one of them, we chased them out of town. We just, the other guy named Van Zonneveld was running, tell him, like, close on your contract. Gone, get ready. Had a guy down at the airport, Messeling. Close on its contract between Elton and myself. Mr. Van James, I wanted to keep them. Keep them for what, my friend? A man making 30. The guy at the airport was making more money than Bill Clinton. Right down Caruso, you had that.
Yeah.
Guys making,
The guy from you just what's his name?
yeah, guy making millions, brother, just for paperwork. And I remember Christopher Emmanuel, asking Parliament, I don't remember that, Brian. He asked the Minister of Justice, he wanted to see all the Dutchmen that working for government. I don't know how he got through with it, but he wants to see everybody, to see what these people are doing.
What they doing, how much they make?
What they're doing, how much they making.
The country was in a mess.
Yeah, because who paying?
The country was in a mess. The country still in a mess. And you there, Sokar Consulting, there was a man that helped us great in this country. And we have to find time to acknowledge him, Julius Lambert. He had hate consultants.
All they come to do is suck.
All they come to do is suck.
Right in Curacao in the hospital, they have consultants making millions, brother, on paperwork. Sit down behind a computer type. 1.5 million, 1.2 million, 1.3 million.
Hey. And most of it is cut and base.
Wow.
Yep.
So what I'm saying to St. Martin people, those of you that are saying, bring the Dutch, my dear good people, if before you say bring the Dutch, go Benin and find out what the Dutchman did in Benin.
Station also.
Go Station, go Stable. Okay? Will Johnson is a good friend of mine. I want to say good morning to him because he's a great man, legendary. And he could tell you, a historian. You want to know who the Dutch is? And I am not against them, you know. Serious, I am not against the Dutch. The Dutch just doing what the Dutch does best.
And you know what? A parliamentarian said something very interesting a few days on Oral Gibbs and Brian. You know what he said? He said, why do we have to stay under the Dutch? The Dutch socialism and housing is here, and we that's supposed to be in
Dutch,
the kingdom
correct.
with the Dutch, our socialism and housing is way down.
Yeah. Not
Why-
equal,
why-
not
why-
equal at
Why
all.
should we stay with them?
Yeah.
Why are they so interested in the airport? Why are they so interested in? Why don't I hear that a whole team? Because this whole World Bank thing is a bunch of nonsense. Because if you find out today, Brian, how much money already gone into consultants?
Millions.
Millions. And how much roofs they put on? 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, why I'm here this morning is to try my best to bring that consciousness. Solo el pueblo, salva el pueblo. Only the people can save the people. Okay? Every nation, they talk about, yeah, we got so much of ship jumping, and we got so much of corruption. Every nation, my dear brother, has to grow, have growing pains. And these young politicians are coming in. As you hear them, they ain't coming to joke. They're coming with blood in their eyes. Okay? So don't believe it. Holland fought Spain 80 years for their freedom. The 80-jarige oorlog. And then want to make me believe that I'm this, I'm that. One of the politicians told the Prime Minister in Holland, he called him a bullet. He tell him, you get an apartment from a man up in Canada. You get the apartment. You see, yeah, get an apartment, but it's a personal gift. He could receive personal gift, but we can't. You see, so again, Holland controlled Indonesia, raped that country, boy. Holland controlled Suriname. They have a golden
all over the when they rape, all over.
They have a golden coach to drive on Princess Dak, they call it. Pure gold. You know where the gold came from? Out of Suriname. So don't think they come in here to help you. Don't fool yourself.
And when I sometimes I go down the airport, right, even someday they had a parliamentary meeting with the director of the airport, sitting down with a Dutchman on the right side of him. That's the same Dutchman they're talking about that didn't have to go through the screening and still have a job down there.
Right.
And you just ask yourself, in the Justice Department, full of Dutchmen. Why are these people coming to St. Martin to work? They live in a big country, was a rich country, to come to St. Martin.
Because
we can't have 10 houses going for our own people, Brian. We can't have 15, 20 houses for our own people so they can get homes to stay in,
you know what they
to
told,
live.
You know what they told Rafe? He used to be a Dutchman that was with us back then. I said, the only reason you here because you're unemployed and you can't qualify for a job in Holland. That's why you here. The guy at the airport, Messeling, he was running on the airport in Zaltbommel, that's south of Holland. Okay, he was running and at the airport that wasn't big as the Canada, I believe.
Wow.
I did my research, my brother. Okay, and Van Jim had him up there, down to a fine in the contract, down to a fine that this man get on the road driving, was paid by the government. The man could have gone Holland 6 times a year.
That's a standing ovation. The next time you're telling the story, go tell you right.
We really don't get time. The man could have gone Holland 6 times a year in the contract. Well, how much time you got to run this airport? So what I'm saying to the people in finance is God has been good to us. We must remain a God-fearing country. But we must not look for others to help us. It ain't gonna happen. Brian, if you want to build a house, you have to build a house yourself. My son here built his house himself. I came here, I got an old trailer. Eventually I built a house. I washed my cars. I sell insurance. You gotta do it yourself. Because no white, blue-eyed man, no Indian, no Chinese gonna come from where they come from to help you here. It ain't happen. They come to help themselves.
Right.
And I can't blame them.
Yes, let's wrap up, guys.
So Martin, thank you. What a great program, Daddy. Thank you for coming in. As well as
Thank you very
Brian.
much. Thank you very much.
St. Martin people, that's our time for today. Remember, life is all about choices, so be careful who you choose and what you choose because time waits on no one. Until next time, strictly business.